everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back if you're returning. Today, as you can see, we are doing a review on a Cooserry acrylic powder, nail art, and gel polish and glitter. I wouldn't know if it's a starter kit or just an acrylic kit, but it's I would definitely say beginner friendly. There is a code that I have in my description box for you guys for this kit, and there's also a link in my description box. So I'm just showing you guys how big this box is, and the price was there in the beginning, before shipping, about $56. This is a lot, you guys, for that amount of money, and plus the discount off. If you don't like the acrylics or the monomer in this kit, everything else comes with it is worth that price regardless. I happened to like everything that was in here, which, you know, I'm really picky, you guys. So let's just get into it. So I had showed you the glitters that it comes with, which is a lot of glitters. And then this little pamphlet does show you, you know, it's definitely some step-by-step instructions if you're a beginner, how to care for your products and what kind of warranty they offer, which is really cool. I don't ever see any other things with warranties. And then this is a pamphlet on all the kits they offer. They offer dip kits, gel powder kits, gel lamps. This particular kit came with a lamp, polishes. We'll get into it in a second, but a lot of stuff I was surprised by, actually. They reached out to me and asked if they could send me a kit, and of course I said yes, because I'm always down to learn, and I'm always interested to see what's out there, and as well as finding something affordable for you guys to share with you guys. Not everybody wants, you know, to begin their journey with expensive products or whatever. So I kind of recommend, if you are a beginner, to start off with good products so that you can teach yourself with a good product. It's hard to learn with products that are kind of subpar, because then you're struggling when you don't have to struggle. However, I taught myself with chisel and with stuff from my local nail supply store, which I think a lot of people do. And it just helped me to learn to work with all kinds of powders and monomers. So I basically am of two minds. One, get the good stuff, and two, get well-rounded. You should be well-rounded, because if you do purchase something or get given something or sent something like this, you need to know how to work with it. And I was pretty happy in the end with these products. So I'm just showing you all the stuff that comes in it. In a minute, we will get into it. I will use almost everything in this kit on today's set. Pretty much the only thing I didn't use was the tape and the tweezers and the little dap and dish and like the practice finger and the forms. But I did use everything else. You'll see I used my V practice hand, my Vita Bella practice hand in the shade V3. And I just do my quick little setup that I'll show you here. Right here I'm just showing you the nail drill. This had a long cord, so it was easy to use, and its lowest speed was not so high that you will like do damage like some other more inexpensive nail drills that I've seen do. I got another one time that was just too high of a speed for me to recommend it to any beginner. But this one is variable. You can turn it up and down, and it worked pretty good. I ended up not noticing till the end that I had made one of the nails much shorter than the other, so I grabbed one of my nail polish removal bits and put it on this drill, and it worked fine. So you'll see that toward the end. These are the brushes that they sent, and if you're a beginner, brand new, never touched it before, never touched acrylic before or done acrylic before, you can make do with this. I did a couple nails with these brushes, and they are synthetic, not Kolinsky. And I did switch to my Kolinsky brush, but I did use it for a couple nails just to show you how it worked, and that you can get a bead with it. You can work with it, but I wouldn't recommend it. So right here I'm just showing you the polishes. I am going to swatch them in more detail. So I'm just showing you everything that's in the kit. This is a lot of stuff, you guys, for less than $60. And especially with the discount code, probably like $45. I mean, it's a lot of stuff. So again, especially just for the bling and the tools and the tips and the polishes and the glitter, you know, really the tools. The little lamp works great. Yeah, it's a good deal. So here we're going to swatch the colors. I want you guys to notice this black. Black is hard to get in one coat, and this was definitely a one coat. All of these polishes were one coat and one and done. And they did self-level, and they did not have a tacky layer, and they came out of the lamp shiny, as you'll see. So I'm just going to swatch these for you guys. And the colors that it comes with are, you know, a basic brown, black, red. So all the basic colors you're going to want and need. And then a couple of cute colors like a periwinkle blue and a really sheer pink that can remain sheer, or with 2 coats can become a little darker. And for the most part, I only did 1 coat on these guys, except for the sheer pink, to show you what 2 coats would look like. But this is not, was not hard to work with, wasn't sticky or too thick. It was very, very easy. I definitely highly recommend these polishes, that's for sure. And I'm showing you the numbers. I'm not sure if these are available to be bought separately or not, but if they are, and you like any of these colors, go for it, because they are great polishes. I was impressed with these. Look at that. That's red, 1 coat. That's a smash. Very good. And this is the sheer pink I was telling you about. And the last one is going to be a hollow glitter. And so that would just be basically maybe, unless you wanted a full hollow nail, it would be just a nail, a polish that you would use to put on top of other polishes to give a hollow effect. Or like I said, if you wanted a solid glitter nail. With glitter polishes like this, it tends to be the more you wipe off. So a lot of times it's good to just dab like that to get glitter in the spots that you're missing. That's with any kind of glitter hollow polish. So that's how this color is looking with 2 coats, and then here are all of the colors that the kit came with. Because I didn't do 2 coats on that 1 brown, that was just because that, you know, sometimes when you have a higher point on the nail, it does that. So right here I'm going to show you the colors I chose to use for this set, and I was still working out the set in my mind because I knew I wanted to use as much of the items in the kit as possible. So I was going through the glitters, and then of course I wanted to show you every glitter that came in here. Some of the colors of pink and yellow I definitely don't have in my collection. The blues, so I was happy just for these glitters. They're great for sugaring, great for making custom acrylics. You can just do a lot with this. So yeah, great deal. I didn't have any of these except maybe some gold and silver. So I'm just going to show you here how I set up my Vita Bella practice hand the most simple way. And then these are the acrylics that come with the kit. I've already showed you before, but I'm just going to swatch them here and use some of them. I will be trying this primer on myself in the future, but I liked the way it worked on this hand. And so I'm just going to put these tips in upside down just to create a natural nail. And then I'm going to go in and buff the surface just a little, just to make sure that my glue sticks. And I did notice that the glue that comes with this kit is pink and very similar to the glue that you get from Dynamic. It dries really fast. You don't need much of it, and it was great. I will get into what I thought of the acrylics when we get there, which it wasn't bad, you guys. The monomer and brushes I would not recommend. However, if you're brand new at doing acrylics, or even just sort of new, and you want a kit that kind of has a bunch of stuff like this in it, it's a great deal. If you're advanced, you probably won't want this. If you're advanced, you probably already have glitters, you probably already have, files and polishes and everything else. And being a beginner, this is very, 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 very beginner friendly. So if you are a beginner and just learning, the only thing I would say to do with this is to maybe work with a much, much drier bead and get yourself a good brush, like a brush that you're going to be using permanently on other sets. Your own Kolinsky brush. You should always make that investment anyway if you're a beginner. And so here I'm just putting on the primer. And now I'm going to swatch the colors for you with the number 10 brush they gave us. And I'm just showing you a little up closer the brush and how it is a synthetic material. And for the most part, they did polymerize pretty quickly. I'm not sure if it was, I guess it wasn't the brush because it was happening with both brushes, but this is the clear. I thought that pink was really pretty, you guys. But the acrylic was pretty runny, so I would just suggest really, really drying your bead out or just using a dry bead to begin with. And the white was really chalky, so I just didn't even use it. You'll see here that you would have to use a really wet bead. And the clear dried really quick. So they all kind of operated a little differently. However, I got a really good result just because I think with experience I knew how to work with these, but if you were a beginner, this would be just something you learned. You just learn how to work with them. That's what I did. I think that's what we all do, and trial and error, right? So you can see as I'm working here that right away I can tell, okay, these are going to be a little more wet than usual, and it's going to take a while to dry, so I'm just going to pat it till I keep it in place. And I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch the application here. I'll jump back on if I think of anything else. Okay, I completely forgot to mention the monomer, you guys. Right here I'm going to be showing you how this brush was just getting really thick and poofy because acrylic was sticking in it. So I wanted to use a sable brush, a Klinsky brush, and see if I was going to experience the same thing, and I did not. Nothing stuck in my brush at all. And so it wasn't the monomer and it wasn't the acrylic, it was the brush. I had the same type of application with this brush, except nothing was sticking to my brush. So the monomer works fine. It's not fast drying, it's definitely slow drying, so definitely beginner friendly. Again, I have a hard time saying beginner friendly because if you are a beginner, do you really want to work with products that are, slow drying? It makes you think that you're not doing something right. I don't know. I guess as a better way to say it is they're easy to work with. They're easy to, not make such mistakes with them because they don't dry so fast. I guess that's more what I'm trying to say. But the monomer worked great, but it had a very, very strong smell. Very, very, very strong smell. I did not like the smell myself. It stayed in my sinuses for a couple of days. I could really, really, really smell it strongly. But it worked fine, and it wasn't doing anything weird to my brush, like making other acrylics stick to it later. It didn't do anything weird to my dapping dish, like, dry around hold acrylic in it. But yeah, it just had a really strong smell is the only thing I would mention about that. And I do want you guys to notice I chose not to do the pink and white because, as I mentioned, the white was really chalky. And I'm starting to work much drier here with drier beads, so you can see that ring finger and the pinky finger aren't taking as long to dry because I'm working with smaller, drier beads, which is what you'd want to do with this product. But I did decide to do a nude ombre over this pink, and that nude at first on the swatch looked a little too dark, but it comes out perfectly. And I'm here to tell you, if you don't have a product that's easy to use, you're not going to get a good ombre. And these ombres came out perfect. The blend was perfect. So I don't have anything bad to say about that. Okay, and so right here I want to mention that I was using the same liquid to powder ratio, and as you can see right away, I did not experience the same runniness and length of time for drying with the nude. It worked perfectly, and the ombre was just boom, super easy, seamless. And as you can see, those beads are staying in place much better than the pink. So I don't know if it was because the pink had more pigmentation, because the clear also stayed in place and was not runny and dried fast as well. So I think this bit must have been for prep only, because it wasn't doing much even on high speed. So I did switch to the coarser sanding band, and that did the trick. And then I'm going to finish file and free edge shape these with the file that was included with the kit. And then on the solid pink ring finger, I'm going to use that lightest shade of sheer pink polish that came with the kit. And I'm going to sugar it with that pink glitter I showed you in the beginning. And then I'm going to use the top coat and the bling, and we're going to be done. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I wanted to give this kit a 9 out of 10 just because of the smell of the monomer. And then I thought, well, is it fair to take a whole point off when anytime you're buying a kit that comes with monomer and acrylic and brushes, if you're only paying $60 and you're getting all of this stuff, you're not really expecting top tier acrylics or monomer anyway. So I would say for the price and for what you get, for what you should expect to get anyway, I would say it's a 10 out of 10. So I would recommend this if you guys, really want to like stock up on the things you need to do nails. You want to get some tips, a bunch of glitters, some good polishes, some primer, some top coat tips. I mean, come on, this came with a lot of stuff, and it wasn't all about the acrylic. And really, the acrylic did fine. But wait till you see how these came out. I didn't use anything special besides this one bit and my own brush, which hopefully you have if you're doing acrylics anyway. So yeah, 10 out of 10. I hope you guys check it out. I hope you guys enjoy it, and let me know what you think. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.